I never thought my entire year of work could be erased in a single second. But that's exactly what happened on a rainy Thursday morning in Chicago when my supervisor, Melissa Crane, stood over my desk with her arms crossed, smirking like she was about to deliver a punchline to a joke only she thought was funny. My name is Aubrey Hale, and for 12 straight months, I had poured my soul into building the most comprehensive client interaction analytics archive our department had ever seen. Late-night calls, data cross-referencing, voice logs, customer sentiment mapping, everything. It wasn't glamorous, but it was brilliant. I knew it, my coworkers knew it, even the clients knew it. Everyone except Melissa. She had always hated me. Not because I underperformed, but because my work made hers look ancient. She was the kind of manager who got promoted in 1999 and then never learned a single new skill. So when she called the entire floor over and demanded I pull up the archive, I thought it was a recognition moment, maybe even some kind of constructive critique. But the second the files loaded on my monitor, Melissa stepped forward, pressed a single key, and said, "This is worthless. Start over from scratch." And then, delete. Just like that. 12 months. Gone. Permanently. 23 coworkers watched in shock as my screen went blank, the words "folder successfully removed" flashing like a funeral banner. My throat tightened, my hands shook. For a moment I couldn't hear anything, just a ringing in my head that felt like betrayal, humiliation, and heartbreak all wrapped into one. Melissa walked away like she'd just dropped off dry cleaning. "Be more efficient this time," she tossed over her shoulder. The room was silent. No one defended me. That hurt almost as much as the deletion. I sat there, staring at the empty screen, wondering how the hell I was going to start over, when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Normally I ignore those, but something made me answer. A deep, calm voice said, "Is this Aubrey Hale? We need to speak. Urgently." The caller was Elias Monroe, Executive VP at Nova Reach Systems, the biggest competitor to our firm, Titan Wave Strategies. I thought it was a prank. Then he said, "I've reviewed your analytics blueprint and the proposal you submitted 6 months ago. I want to offer you something before your company drives you into an early grave." My heart practically stopped. Elias explained that Titan Wave had accidentally sent him a demo packet containing fragments of my work. He had reconstructed enough to realize that my system wasn't just impressive, it was revolutionary. "Aubrey," he said, "your archive was the future of client interaction AI, and they didn't even implement it correctly." I told him what happened today. The deletion, the humiliation, the sabotage. A long pause. Then he said the words that changed my life forever. "I'm ready to offer you $500,000 annually, full creative control, stock options, and a team of engineers to build your system exactly the way you envisioned." I gasped so loudly my coworkers looked up. He wasn't finished. "Our CEO has been dying to compete with Titan Wave's upcoming launch. If you come to us, we won't just compete, we'll beat them." Melissa's cruelty had opened a door she never intended. By the time I hung up the phone, I already knew I was done with Titan Wave. But I wasn't done with revenge. See, Melissa didn't just delete my work. She deleted legally protected intellectual material that belonged not only to the company, but partly to me. I kept immaculate documentation, time-stamped, backed up, and most importantly, stored on a personal drive because I didn't trust Melissa to begin with. So the next day, when HR called me in because Melissa filed a complaint accusing me of incompetence and data mismanagement, I walked into the room with a confidence that didn't even feel like mine. HR tried to corner me. "Aubrey, your supervisor claims—" I cut her off. "You should check the security logs." Confusion. Tension. I laid out the timeline. The deletion, the witnesses, the logs showing Melissa's credentials authorizing the wipe. HR went pale. This wasn't just petty sabotage, it was a compliance violation, a massive one. and Titan Wave had a major investor audit in 4 weeks. If auditors discovered a year-long archive suddenly vanished, heads would roll. I didn't threaten them. I didn't yell. I just calmly stated that I would be resigning immediately and that I preferred the matter not escalate to outside legal channels. They nearly begged me to stay. I walked out smiling. My final moment of satisfaction came as I packed my things, and Melissa strutted over, chin raised, ready to sneer. "Leaving so soon?" she asked. I clicked my pen shut and said, "Yeah, NovaReach starts me at $500,000. You should have pressed a different key." Her face drained of every drop of color. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. For once, Melissa had no script, no insult, no power. 3 months later, Titan Wave's big product launch crashed and burned. Their system had huge gaps because Melissa deleted the very data architecture they needed to survive. NovaReach, meanwhile, launched my rebuilt platform, and within 2 weeks, it became the industry leader. A Forbes article even quoted Elias saying, "Hiring Aubrey was the smartest decision we've ever made." Melissa? She was demoted and quietly removed from leadership. Titan Wave's CEO resigned under pressure. And me? I moved into a sunlit condo overlooking the river, bought my mom a car, and finally exhaled for the first time in years. Sometimes revenge isn't dramatic. Sometimes it's not loud. Sometimes it's just someone pressing delete and accidentally freeing you to become unstoppable.